Hey, my friends, we will be right back to the show. But I have a question for you. Are you struggling with the impact of childhood trauma? Well, know that you're not alone. I'm here to let you know that I'm starting a brand new weekly coaching group that includes a year of life coaching, accountability, support, habit and goal setting, and more. I'm starting a waitlist for the group right now, and I'm only taking a handful of people. And I'll let you know that through this personalized coaching, we'll work together to help you understand how your childhood trauma has shaped your beliefs, behaviors, emotions, and will help you create a roadmap for healing and growth. Right now, you can schedule an absolutely free coaching session with me and get put on the wait list if you go to thinkunbroken.com. My friends, it's your time to turn your trauma into triumph, breakdowns into breakthroughs, and become the hero of your own story. And I'm here to support you in doing that. Just go to thinkunbroken.com to register for a free coaching call with me and to get put on the wait list for the brand new weekly coaching program. We'll be right back to the show. But before we do, I want to tell you about today's sponsor, factormeals.com, where if you go to factormeals.com/unbroken50 and use the code unbroken50, you can get 50% off your first order. That's factormeals.com/unbroken50. If you're like me and you are a person who is busy trying to create a life, heal, work on their health, wealth, and relationships, and not to mention deal with the day-to-days of normal life, you do not have time to be going to the grocery store and trying to figure out what you're going to cook every single day of the week. In fact, one time I did the math and I realized I was spending over 15 hours a week at the grocery store and cooking. When I added Factor, I got to use that time for myself, for my family, for my friends, for my community, and for my business. And so if you're in the place where you need some more support in the kitchen, head to factormeals.com/unbroken50 and use the code unbroken50 to get 50% off. Hey, my friends, we will be right back to the show. But I have a question for you. Are you struggling with the impact of childhood trauma? Well, know that you're not alone. I'm here to let you know that I'm starting a brand new weekly coaching group that includes a year of life coaching, accountability, support, habit and goal setting, and more. I'm starting a waitlist for the group right now, and I'm only taking a handful of people. And I'll let you know that through this personalized coaching, we'll work together to help you understand how your childhood trauma has shaped your beliefs, behaviors, emotions, and will help you create a roadmap for healing and growth. Right now, you can schedule an absolutely free coaching session with me and get put on the wait list if you go to thinkunbroken.com. My friends, it's your time to turn your trauma into triumph, breakdowns into breakthroughs, and become the hero of your own story. And I'm here to support you in doing that. Just go to thinkunbroken.com to register for a free coaching call with me and to get put on the wait list for the brand new weekly coaching program. Hey, what's up, Unbroken Nation? Welcome to the Think Unbroken podcast. I'm your host, Michael Unbroken, and this podcast is about helping trauma survivors let go of the past, overcome their fear, discover their identity, become the hero of their own story, and ultimately to be unbroken. Our goal in company is to bring on guests and experts in the fields of mental, physical, and psychological health to help you overcome the past, to take back your power. And in this podcast, we are unedited and unfiltered, and we're going to give it to you real so that you can start to create massive change in your life. If you're curious about learning more outside the podcast, you can get a free copy of my book, Think Unbroken, at book.thinkunbroken.com. That's book.thinkunbroken.com, where you can get a copy of my #1 best-selling book, Think Unbroken: Understanding and Overcoming Childhood Trauma. The most important thing that you can ever do, my friends, is show up for yourself, and that's where you are today. And I appreciate you. I have massive gratitude for you. And without further ado, let's get into the show. Did you know that it is not enough just to think positive? Did you know that no matter how much you want to wish your life into existence, that it's just not going to happen? Did you know, I know you heard me say this before, there is no Disney moment and no one is coming to save you? What's up, Unbroken Nation? I hope that you're doing well. kind of fired up today, ready to have a conversation with you, thinking about something that even I still struggle with. And that is the reality that our dreams don't come true unless we make our dreams come true. I wrote down a goal recently. Well, I guess it wasn't recent. It was about 5 years ago. I said, I want to be a New York Times best-selling author. When I wrote down that goal, I wrote it down every single day for probably about 7 months before I ever wrote anything. And what hit me, the difference between just simply writing down that goal and hoping for the best, which has been my character trait for a very long time, the difference between just writing that goal down and actually finally doing something about it was I realized something when I was listening to Seth Godin. I don't know if you know Seth Godin, Seth Godin is a, for lack of a better term, marketing mastermind genius. Like probably one of the most influential people in marketing in the last, 100 years. And he was talking about this idea that if you want to show people your good work, you have to first have a lot of really, really, really bad work. And I was like, shit, that's interesting. He's right. He's so right. You have to have the bad work. Because the first time you do something, you're never going to have proficiency. And I remember sitting there writing this down, be a New York Times bestselling author, be a New York Times bestselling author, hoping it was going to happen. But I hadn't written any books. I was barely writing in my blog at that time. I wasn't taking writing classes. I wasn't going to seminars or conferences that writers go to. I wasn't learning about publishing. I wasn't figuring out how to structure content in a way that's practical for people. But I kept writing the goal every day. Be a New York Times bestselling author. Be a New York Times bestselling author. It doesn't work like that, does it? Think about the goals that you have in your life. Like you can go to all the personal development conferences, listen to all the podcasts, have all the conversations in your head and in your journal and on your goals about what you want to do. But unless you put in a tremendous, unbelievable amount of effort, it's just not going to happen. So after about 7 months of writing this every single day, I'm being a New York Times bestselling author. And there's a photo, if you go way, 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 way back in my Instagram, of when I started doing it again about 4 years ago with intention behind it. So Think Unbroken, my first book, came out in 2019. I started writing that book in 2018. And I started writing that book every single day after writing the goal, I want to be a New York Times bestselling author. Because it dawned on me, I had to do the bad work. Like, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm going to look back on Think Unbroken in 25 years and be like, that was the bad work. You probably know this. I do not yet have the distinguished honor of being a New York Times bestselling author. I don't. Not yet. I will. Might be 17 years from now. I have no idea, but I will. And so here's what I want you to think about. You're in this position where you can write your goals all day long. You can have them all day long, but dreams without action are just pipe dreams. Dreams without action are not realistic. Honestly, like the truth about it, dreams without fucking forcing yourself to do really uncomfortable shit every day, they're just dreams. I've been in a fortunate position to coach some amazing human beings and watch them change their lives. I watched one of my clients go from this place in their life where they were terrified to speak their mind to putting up boundaries that have now shaped a change that forever will carry weight in their future in all aspects of their life. And when I work with them, it's beautiful because I always see them growing.
I always see them in another level. I always see them going to the next place. Because we sat down day one, I said, what do you want? Right? And a lot of people, they kind of have a vague idea about what they want. Oh, I want to be happy. I want to heal from trauma, blah, blah, blah. Right? I'm not being dismissive. Let's be clear about that.
We'll be right back, but I wanted to take a quick moment to tell you about the Think Unbroken 6-week trauma healing coaching program. If you go to coaching.thinkunbroken.com, that's coaching.thinkunbroken.com, you can sign up for the 6-week daily Think Unbroken Trauma Healing Coaching Program. In this program, we're going to go over the 6 principles of healing trauma, adaptation, understanding the impacts of trauma, how to become the hero of your own story, what to do next, and ultimately what it means to be unbroken. For more information about this 6-week coaching program, which you can download as an app on your phone and take with you everywhere, no matter where you are in the world, it's interactive. It's built about giving you practical tools that you can use in real time. And if you're ready for what's next in your life, go to coaching.thinkunbroken.com. Again, that's coaching.thinkunbroken.com. Now let's get back to the show.
And she goes, I want to be better at telling people no. I said, cool, just tell people no. All right, that'll be $10,000. And I'm being crass, but the reality is that was her goal. She said, I want to be better at telling people no. My life is getting completely obliterated by always bending myself to other people. Because when I was growing up, I was told I'm not allowed to set boundaries and I have to do what my parents tell me to do. A lot of us carry that. That was me for a long time as well. To hear her story now, when we talk, when she's in coaching sessions with me, when we come together, we talk about her journey, it's unbelievable because she's a completely different person. I tell her all the time, I go, you are not the same person that walked into this conversation with me on day one. You're not. And that means progress. Yeah, I don't even recognize you because you've grown that much. But that's what it takes. It takes effort, it takes energy, it takes action to turn your dreams into reality, right? The same goes to healing. Like people are always like, man, I want to heal trauma. I read your book. Great. That's not enough. I went to the course. Great. That's not enough. I lost 20 pounds. Great. That's not enough. This journey is about showing up every single day. It's not enough because you can't do something one time and expect your life to be different. You cannot do something, honestly, I think even 5 times and expect your life to be different. It's got to be an in and out, day in, day out, repetition, all the time, forever. You guys have heard me say this before. I believe that trauma healing is a process that you're going to be on every single day till the day you die. And when you're in this and you're on this path and you're going forward and you're growing and you're healing, you're showing up and you're changing and you're hitting these goals, the only way to go to the next level is to push yourself. Face your fear. You've heard me talk about fear so many times. You have to face it. You have to be willing to stare it nakedly in the face and go, I'm afraid. This goal, holy shit, I can't even believe I wrote that. That doesn't seem like me. Because every single time that you do, you write that goal and then you move towards that person that you believe you are, the most incredible thing is going to happen. And that is called confidence. You're going to build yourself. I'm telling you, in the same way that 5 years ago I was writing, be a New York Times bestselling author, and nothing fucking happened, is the same thing that's happening to you today because you're letting fear be in your way about whatever it is that you want in your life. See, you got to give yourself permission to have the life that you want to have. You're not going to get it from me. You're not going to get it from other people. It's only going to come from yourself. So when you start writing your goals, you have to have massive action behind them. Because if you don't, they're not just goals. They're just pieces of thought that you put on paper to make you feel good about yourself for a moment. And then you're going to come back and you're going to look at that goal and then you're going to feel like shit because you did nothing to attain it. And look, I still have goals right now that I'm writing where I'm like, I'm not even remotely close. Like if I told you the picture that I painted for my life 30 years from now looks nothing like my life today. But I just move forward a little bit every day, a little bit every day, a little bit every day. And that's how this works. You think that you have to write this goal and have it today. You think that you can write this goal and suddenly your life's going to be different, but it's going to take you longer than you think it's going to take you. So be willing not only to write it, to face it, but to show up for it. Because when you do, your life is going to be different. I'm leaving this as a marker to myself in some sense, because I'm going to come back to this episode. I'm going to come back to this episode one day. I'm like, this is when I told the world I'm going to be a New York Times bestselling author. This is when I told the world my truth. When I write something down, I move towards it till it happens. It might take 17 years. I'm releasing my third book, not a New York Times bestselling author yet, right? That's okay. Might be book 24. Doesn't matter to me. What matters to me is reaching the goal, showing up every day, and valuing myself for who I am in the moment that I'm moving forward. So as you head in today, my friends, I just want you to think about this. Are your dreams pipe dreams, or are your dreams going to become reality because you're willing to put in the work? It's the most difficult question you might ask yourself today. So Unbroken Nation, thank you so much for listening, and thank you for leaving the reviews. We're getting closer to 200 reviews on iTunes. It means the world to me. So if you'll go to iTunes or the podcast player on your iPhone, just think Unbroken Podcast, go down, leave a review. If you hate this show, that's okay. I want to know. If you love the show, even better. I want to know. You can also go to thinkunbrokenpodcast.com, where you can also leave voice reviews. If you're curious about doing that, there's a little microphone at the bottom of the screen. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening, Unbroken Nation. And until next time, my friends, be unbroken. I'll see you.
Unbroken Nation, hope that you just got a tremendous amount of value from today's episode. I want to know what you think. Please do me a favor and review, rate, and share the episode with 3 friends on social media today. It would mean the world if you did, because ultimately at the end of the day, creating community and connection is how we heal generational trauma in the world. And I need your help to do that, Unbroken Nation. So if you're on iTunes or Spotify or wherever you are, please like, comment, share, review. I want to know not only what you like about the show, but how I can make the show better, how I can make this further about helping you on your healing journey. So do me a favor, and when you do, shoot me a screenshot of you making the review to my DM at Michael Unbroken on Instagram, so that I can have a conversation with you, say hi, and more importantly, so I can share it with the Unbroken Nation. Thank you so much, my friend. Hey, my friends, we will be right back to the show. But I have a question for you. Are you struggling with the impact of childhood trauma? Well, know that you're not alone. I'm here to let you know that I'm starting a brand new weekly coaching group that includes a year of live coaching, accountability, support, habit and goal setting, and more. I'm starting a waitlist for the group right now, and I'm only taking a handful of people. And I'll let you know that through this personalized coaching, we'll work together to help you understand how your childhood trauma has shaped your beliefs, behaviors, emotions, and will help you create a roadmap for healing and growth. Right now, you can schedule an absolutely free coaching session with me and get put on the wait list if you go to thinkunbroken.com. My friends, it's your time to turn your trauma into triumph, breakdowns into breakthroughs, and become the hero of your own story. And I'm here to support you in doing that. Just go to thinkunbroken.com to register for a free coaching call with me and to get put on the wait list for the brand new weekly coaching program.